Hello, welcome back. Yes, new year. Hello, Vid-Ography podcast is back. Hello, first of all, I took a bit of a little bit of hiatus with the channel purely because I have been dealing with lots of things in my personal life. I've also been involved on podcasting, our Matrix Saw 2 on Two's channel at the minute. Um, which is what's taken up some of my time. So I'd like to apologize now for anyone, because I kind of put this a bit on the wayside, but I am now back again. Um, so what's been going down in my time? Oh, I started watching first of all that great new series on Netflix. I got the last two episodes to watch, AJ and the Queen. And I have to say, I'm very impressed with the writing, the comedy, the drama. It's so refreshing to see RuPaul um, utilize not only his drag persona, but also to utilize his acting abilities because he's done his own films, but normally, from what I've always been told, he never really does anything out of drag. So well, if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, please let me know because I'm just very impressed with his acting abilities and the way he comes across as Robert slash Ruby Red. I think the cast is phenomenal, and the fact that they have like some of the queens like Jinx Monsoon, Gautier, um, Latrice Royale, and so many amazing queens on there in like guest spots really utilizes the RuPaul Drag Race connection very much. But it's just, I highly recommend people go and watch it because it's on Netflix right now and it's very entertaining. Um, so it is going to be a bit of a review time. So now, folks, normally you know me as being very positive, and for the people that are coming to get used to me, I am quite a positive person. Okay, so one point of my life, I actually fell out with Doctor Who, and that was during the Matt Smith era, purely because nothing to do with the writing or the acting or the cast themselves. It's just the constant wait between series 6 and series 7. I kind of went off Doctor Who because I thought it wasn't going to come back because it was taking so long for me. I thought, fair enough, it's gone a bit of a way, and I just kind of fell out with the show at that point. But it didn't stop me loving the show. It gave me like a window to go and listen to Big Finish, to go and watch um the modern episodes and some of the past episodes with like the Doctors like revisiting Tom Baker and Peter Davison. That is completely fine. Um, now I have been a massive supporter of Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, and as people know me, I will look into everything. I do not judge until I witness it with my own eyes and have my own voice. Normally, when it comes to Doctor Who, I am very, very positive because it's a show I've grown up with, and to me, I will say it once, I will say it twice, I will say it from the rooftops. I really, really, really love a show with great writing and great acting. Now, Jodie, to me, pulls off each script, even though it's not been up to scratch or up to par for me. First time I haven't liked an episode of this season, it was the Nikola Tesla one. Nothing against the actors, I just wasn't overly crazy with the writing. Um, I loved the cast that they picked was returning Doctor Who actors, the gentleman from ER as well. But to me, I just completely didn't enjoy it. It was the first time since Series 11 that my mind was actually wandering. Granted, I was tired watching it. It didn't get much of a high opinion from me, and that's fair enough. I may have been a bit harsh on another podcast's review, but that was purely my thoughts and feelings at the time. I love Jodie as the Doctor. I think she's an amazing actress. She was rightly picked for the part. But I just think it's like the Colin Baker syndrome all over again. Colin was an amazing actor, and he had some of the most dire scripts in Doctor Who's history, and he still pulled it off, and that's what I see with her. Exactly the same. To me, she is like my version of Colin in this era. Now, some may not see that completely, and I will respect your opinion for that. But to me, if you're going to be running a show, you've got to have your ducks in a row, the ship is in order, and to me, I like the fact that Pete McTeague is back because he's been writing for the Classic Companions, all of the DVDs, which are absolutely stunning. Like the fact that he's written for not only Joe Grant but Leela, Ace, Tegan. That's exactly the stuff we should be getting on the television show as well. But hey ho, they're nice, lovely, lovely gifts that Pete has wrote. And for me, I really enjoyed when he wrote Kavlan, because that felt proper Doctor Who in Series 11. Resolution and Rosa Parks, as well as The Warner Fell to Earth, felt like proper Doctor Who for me. In Jodie's era. I mean, Spyfall also feels like that to me in Orphan 55, but there have been just some weird choices with the episodes. And I get fair enough, it's a new showrunner, he's trying to put a stamp on it and bring his own mark to it, like each one, like John Nathan Turner, Russell T Davies, Philip Hinchcliffe, Stephen Moffat, and so forth, but you've got to do it in the right way for people. You've got to have a mix of adventure, mix of fun, mix of dark, mix of light, comedy, X, Y, and Z, because Doctor Who is for everyone. And to me, sometimes it feels like it's not for everyone. I don't blame the cast for it. Do you see? The problem was as well that it feels like the Peter Davison scenario to me, where there were so many people on the TARDIS, same for Tom Baker for the end, that they didn't know how to write them until they started filling the herd. I mean, Adric was an equal with the Fourth Doctor. Him and Nyssa together, that was fair enough because you focused on it. When Tegan came in, that you were like kind of losing it a bit because you were trying to get so many an ensemble trying to be on the same screen as the Doctor at the same time. And I enjoyed the ensemble of Adric, Tegan, and Nyssa, but to me, it felt like they were getting lost at points as each episode progressed. And when Adric died, it felt like when it was just Tegan and Nyssa, it felt like the Doctor was like center again, and it was like he was traveling with companions. And that's how it should be. That they should be treated equally for the screen time rather than being pushed away. But I'm quite interested to see this Judoon episode, given there's so many rumors surrounding what's going to happen with Ruth. It could be just completely nothing. I go in with things with low expectations these days, because if you hype yourself up, you just bring yourself down. And I think that's the best way to view it when you're going to watch something. It's because it can surprise you or could disappoint you. And only you know that because you set the level. If you set it with high standards, you can be disappointed. If you set it with low standards, sometimes you come out with like really, really excitable and happy expectations. And you know what? That's exactly what we need more. Is more happiness and open mindedness about this stuff. I will admit, I used to think being positive all the time was the best solution with these reviews. But it really depends. To me, a good review is when you look at it from an outsider's perspective and a fan perspective. You're looking at it now because Doctor Who is no longer just made for the fans that have watched the modern series or the past series. It is made for the average viewer, for people to come in with no previous knowledge of like what's going down. You sit down, and that's what they kind of reboot it each season in the modern season. Apart from Russell T Davis's era, because that was really connected to each other. Granted, you can watch each season at your own pace, but it's just nicer to have that completeness and watch the stories to get a better understanding of where each Doctor and companion has been with them, and each villain at each arc. Um, but yeah. But anyway, so the Jadun one tomorrow, I'm quite reserved on it. I mean, I love Jadun, but I'm not going to hype myself up. I mean, we've talked about so many conspiracy theories over who Ruth is. I'm just going to go in tomorrow and switch that part off of it, go in with low expectations. She could just turn out to be just a normal lady and they're just tracking her. But hey ho, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, what else is coming up? Oh yes, I'm looking forward to Sabrina, because I've been a massive fan of this new adaptation, and I'm really looking forward to the third series. It just seems to be getting darker each season, and I'm liking it. I really am liking it. Uh, and that's what another good show with great writing and great talent attached to it. And do you know what? That to me proves that no matter how many episodes you write, as long as each week something's interesting and it flows just right, it's just incredible. Ah. Anyway, that's also on the bucket list to get done. I watched the new Dracula over Christmas, and I finished episode 3 a little bit later. I binged watched the first 2 episodes, but got a bit busy. I watched the third one after Christmas, and I I'm not gonna spoil it for people that still haven't watched it, but to me, I think the first two were the best ones. Episode 3 was just a complete WTF episode where it left me happy but also left me very confused. But again, would it be good television if it was all kept the same, I suppose, or a good film? So, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the guy that played Drag. And to see Gatis's documentary, which was so nice because my friend Caroline Monroe was in it. So it was quite nice to watch that and just see the amazing world of Bram Stoker and how much a fan Gatiss is. Um, I'm also looking forward to the return of the Clone Wars final season. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and it'd be so nice to see the Darth Maul and Ahsoka fight, because Sam Witwer and Ray Park have worked on it together with Dave Filoni, so it's going to be an amazing opportunity to have the true dynamic duo of Darth Maul reunited from Solo onto this, which is going to be quite nice. What else am I thinking of? Oh yes, folks, I am going to be trying to do a bit more again with my podcast now in the new year. And all I can just say is I see people's views all the time, and you have to respect a person's opinion. You may disagree with it, and that's fair enough. I have seen a bit of a couple of Twitter users I follow having a bit of disagreement at the moment, and okay, I'm very peaceful as a person. I'm staying neutral. That whatever they do, that is their business. But they're grown adults, and hopefully they can resolve their differences. Because when you get so passionate about a television show, I completely understand it. But when it turns vicious, I don't want to know, because we're all here for one purpose. You may get along with someone, you may not get along with someone, that's completely fine. But when shots are so fired, I can't entertain that. I'm really, really sorry. I'm not naming names on here because purely because I am friends with both of them. So I don't think that's quite fair on me trying to get involved or try to throw my 2 cents in, because we love television. Most people that watch it now, whether you're a casual fan, a massive fan, and if you have an opinion and you disagree with that person's view, as long as it's a healthy disagreement, that's completely fine with me. If somebody came up to me and said, "Listen, Matt, I don't like the fact that you are watching Doctor Who because you are watching it with a doctor that I don't like," and I'll sit back and say, "Well, that's not quite fair." But if you come to me and say, "Listen, I don't like the writing of a certain episode, and if I liked that certain episode, it's better to have an open and honest discussion about it rather than shutting someone down completely, because that is not what we're here for. We're all here to get along and enjoy it, agree to disagree, because as most actors say, some of the fandoms have so many amazing fans. And trust me, I've met a few people where shows and films are life, and that amazes me so much. Just be kind, be respectful, go out there and just enjoy the world while you're here. Because treat every day like it's your last. And also, welcome back again. This will be my news section, this will be my update section, and I'm probably going to move away from tightening the numbers on these podcasts purely because otherwise I'll forget. But just before I sign off, I just want to say you're going to probably be hearing me a bit more on this channel on YouTube. I might branch out a bit, but I just want to say I have some exciting stuff to review on here as well. I've just restarted listening to The Light at the End the other night, so I might be doing a review of that. I really, really, really hope people out there subscribe and come and follow, because this is a journey for me, as I want people to come and progress on here, where you can be yourselves, you can have your opinion, have your say. If we disagree, it's better to speak about that disagreement rather than not at all, because we're all human and we all should get along, really. But hey ho, if you have an issue, someone has an issue, I'm always an open book and open to discuss things, and I'm always happy to chat about television or films or games or anything people might even want to request of me, because I'm passionate, and that's exactly what people are in these fandoms. We're passionate people. Um, it shouldn't be about mudslinging. It should just be about coming out to enjoy yourselves. Alrighty. Well, I'm thinking I might do another one of these again later, or might do one tomorrow. Again, I have to play these on a day by day basis with this podcast. So take care for now and enjoy your Saturdays wherever you all are. Okay, bye bye.